Alright guys, so really quick about me, this video, the bike, and the terrain I'm in. Number one is I'm not a very good rider. I missed out on enduro riding for about almost 2 years now, and I don't have much experience. I kind of forgot how to ride these rocky obstacles and tight single track and stuff like that. Number two, I have a smart carb, and I constantly, while I was riding this thing, I was constantly thinking about the throttle to make sure it doesn't die. I had to adjust the smart carb, but every time it goes into idle or low RPMs, it will die out. I promise you, the video makes this terrain look very easy, but it is not. It is a very steep, tight single track with obstacles, a lot of obstacles. Video really flattens out. I was pretty disappointed how video really flattens this terrain out. Anyways, let's go ahead and start the video. You know, I'm actually impressed with the TY125, and for days and days and days I was researching who it's for, the type of riders, the size of it, the seat height, is it comfortable, can it do very gnarly terrain, and there wasn't much information on the TY125. It's weird because it's not really a trials, but it's a trials at the same time. And sure, you could remove the seat, but it is heavy, a lot heavier than a traditional trials bike. Now I might make a few reviews of the TY125 on different aspects, but I can tell you this, I'm 6'1". I used to do a lot of hard enduro. My skills are not very good anymore, yet alone my endurance. And in this video, this is going to be a trail called East Bear. It's one of the hardest single tracks in Colorado, and I'm telling you now, the trail looks very easy on camera. It looks very flat, the rocks look tiny. It is not. I believe in order to do this trail pretty well, in my opinion, you have to be like a high B or an A rider. To give you an example, if I would have taken my enduro bike, my Beta cross trainer on this machine, at least back then, on how good of a rider I was, I think I would have struggled a lot more versus taking the TY125 right now at my current skill level. I'm very impressed with the TY125 because I'm not a good rider, and East Bear is not an easy trail whatsoever. It is steep, like very steep. And this bike actually allowed me to confidently keep riding. 30 minutes within the trail, I was exhausted, super tired. But if I was on a Beta cross trainer or any enduro bike really, I think I would have been within 10 minutes. I would have tapped out and be like, hey, this trail is way too much for me. But the TY125, the long ride, I think it's just that. It's at home in an environment where you are in constantly first gear, lugging up stuff, and it's an aid to riders who are not very good, very confident. Now don't get me wrong, it's not going to magically transform you. You still have to have, I believe in my opinion, some set of skills on enduro riding. And what I mean by enduro riding is little obstacles here and there, what it's going to feel like going over somewhat large ledges and stuff like that. And this bike allows me to kind of just waddle up some of these obstacles. It does have a little bit of a bog. It seems like it does have smart carb. So this is a pretty gnarly bit right here. This is probably something I would have struggled on my cross trainer, and I'm not gonna clean it by any means, but I think this is riders like me right here. I can kind of dab here, get over it. The rear kind of flexes. You can kind of see how steep. So you can kind of see the steep grade that's on this tight single track. And this is the purpose of this bike. If I was on my Beta cross trainer, I honestly don't even think I could even push it up this obstacle up here. I mean, you can tell I'm on a TY 125. It's a very lightweight hybrid trials bike, and I'm struggling to push this thing up this rock surface. And it kind of gives you an idea how steep and how difficult this terrain is. And of course, the video just makes it look, the bike is almost like tilted, 45 degrees in such a short time. Now, the beauty about this bike, I was able to lift it up, pick it around.
Nice. Okay. Now, you kind of see the grade. The seat is super high right here. I just can't get on it very easy.
I believe that's the purpose of this bike. You can go out, you can have an adventure, you don't have to worry about getting stuck or anything like this, because say I was on a full-size enduro bike, it'll be very, very difficult to push it up this section here. But the whole purpose of this is like, hey, this is a great bike, you know, I didn't clean it, maybe next time I can carry a little bit more momentum, and if I mess up, I can just kind of, you know, dab a little bit. And I believe this bike it's for three purposes. One, you can adventure ride in very gnarly technical terrain, and you don't have to worry too much about getting stuck or pushing the bike over certain obstacles and stuff like that. Two, I believe this is a great aid to enhance your skills. Say you go over an obstacle, you come back the next day, it's like, hey, I remember this terrain, let me see if I can confidently get a little farther on this obstacle and possibly just zap up a little bit more. And then three, you know, as you get better with trials, you can probably use some trials maneuvers and stuff like that. I guess that goes hands in hand with skills as well. The next thing I wanted to talk about was waddling. Almost 80% of this trail, I'm just waddling across. Now, if you see me on this single track over here, it almost looks exactly the same. The reason I'm waddling on this terrain is it's just very, very, very difficult. But it's also mixed a little bit that I'm incredibly tired. I've only been riding in this terrain for, no lie, like about 30 minutes. I'm already winded. Keep in mind, I'm just getting back into enduro riding. This would not be my first trail of choice. Say if I had an enduro bike, it will be going back down to a trail called either Independence Trail or maybe Penrose Commons. Again, it makes it look super easy on camera, but this is a very narrow single track with a very serious steep grade on it. Anyways, I'll probably be doing some multiple reviews and exactly how this bike has helped me. But as of now, I'm pretty satisfied with the TY 125. Overall, of course, I do wish it had a little bit more power, but who knows, I might get used to the bike and stuff like that. And keep in mind, this is also my first time riding this machine, trying to figure it out. That throttle, so it doesn't shut off and die. I constantly had to think about the throttle to make sure it doesn't die as I'm riding and stuff like that, to keep it a little bit in the revs. If not, it just kind of stalls out.